Welcome to Talent Tuesday, and this is Kim's Art Alchemy. I want to just play today. I mixed up 4 ounces of resin. I've got Julie Cut's small blossom mold, maybe. You can get these molds on her eBay store if you are not in the US right now. So I'm gonna play around. I did bring out a few resin dyes here by Let's Resin. So I've got orange yellow and lemon yellow that I'm gonna play with. And I'm also going to use this little Piggy in Bloodstone. So the resin I am using today is the Nic Pro Epoxy Resin. Haven't used it in a little bit, and it's definitely one of my favorites for blooms. And I'm gonna decant 30 ounces of resin in here so I can get started on adding Julie's bloom paste to it. And again, this is bloom paste by pouring your heart out. So let me get started. Okay. So I'm back, decanted 30. By the way, my resin did get to 33 degrees centigrade. And I'm gonna put 3 drops of Julie's bloom paste in here. Bring it to the end and let it drip out. 1, 2, 3. 1 drop per 10 grams. All right, move that out of the way. I'm gonna decant maybe another 30 in this glass for my, so I'm gonna put that in right now. So just, not a gorgeous color. So I'm going kind of with a fall look, trying for it at any rate. I think I'm gonna make this, am I gonna make it heavy or light? Lightish, somewhere in between, I don't know. Maybe I'll make just a little bit more. Okay, move that out of the way. I'm going to mix up the mica first because it takes a while for the mica to kind of disperse in the resin, and I don't want there to be any little floaties that seem to always come up. So I can give it a good stir, mix it up, and then I will move on to my white. Okay, that's that one. Get another stick here. Mix this up. All right, now, that wasn't too bad. Must have done a pretty good job on my first round. This looks like it's ready to go. I'm gonna move this off so that it's out of the way. And I'm going to just follow the lines and do a thin amount of this stuff. Hopefully I've got enough. I think if I'm not wrong, the first person that I saw kind of do this is Fahima at Zarin Resin Art. And it's kind of like the lace effect, but not. But not. I had enough, yay! Is it a little more in here maybe? Okay, so that's all done. And now I'm gonna pour this right in the center and let it go out. And then we'll watch it come in. So let's just do, I don't know, I'm gonna do this randomly. So the resin dyes aren't going to act quite as, or spread quite as much as alcohol inks do. I missed that one. Okay. Kind of swirled in some of that mica. All right, I think it's time to bloom. Push that bubble up. I think I'm just gonna do little swirlies. All right, now to have some fun. I think I'm gonna leave those like that. Blob a bit, blob a bit. I'm gonna do a little swirl. And now I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it and just see what happens. We're back. As you can see, I put a black back coat on this, and I'm excited to find out if I have anything good or if I just made a mess. But the bloom from the back looked like it was pretty good. So I have high hopes, high hopes. Let me pull this over, turn that over. Okay, ready? Oh, well, that was really cool. Oh, I like it. That mica powder kind of went under a little bit with these ones, but it's so cool. And in here, the bloom is really awesome, but you see those like little ridges, kind of like lines of color right in through there. I'm just kind of thinking here because I did the loop-de-loops. You can see the loops. So I got distracted. Anyway, but sometimes that thin line of color is because the density of the alcohol ink did something a little weird to the pigment paste. But this is really, really quite cool. And the edges of that zigzag that I did, it's almost ghostly at the end. I'm really liking this. Okay, let me bring you guys down so I can show you close-ups. All right, see if I can get that ring light out. But see how it's pretty ghost-like in through here? And that's because that mica powder went under when I was doing that, and then that bloom kind of also expanded. But it is really, really cool. And the center with those little loops. And I'm glad that I swirled the very, very center. That was good. Let me bring you guys back out. So let me know what you think of this one in the comments below. And I'm gonna take a picture of this outside so that you can actually really get a sense of how awesome that red pigment powder is. But yeah, this is cool. This is something I'm gonna play around with a little bit. And you can be sure that if you are subscribed and hit that notification bell, next time I do something like this again, you'll be notified. Okay, thanks for being here as always. And if you did miss Marie Louise of Marie Louise Art and her premiere today, make sure that you go back and check it out. Her link will be in my description below. Thanks as always. Bye for now.